3 o'clock, you call me 4. I say come to the back, you knock on front door. I say call me 3 o'clock, you call me 4. I say come to the back, you knock on front door. Hey, I say bad sweetheart, you cost me a catch, cost me a catch. You a bad sweetheart, you cost me a bad sweetheart, you cost me a bad sweetheart, you cost me a catch, cost me a catch. You a bad sweetheart, you cost me a bad, cost me a catch. When I out with my wife, I don't know you. So stop looking at me like you wanna. When I'm out with my wife, I don't know you. So stop looking at me like you wanna. Girl, it's a bar, sweetheart. Cost me a catch, cost me a catch. You're a bar, sweetheart. You cost me a bar, you cost me a bar, sweetheart. You cost me a catch, cost me a catch. You're a bar, sweetheart. You cost me a bar, cost me a catch. You're bad. Oh, I don't believe that. Hey, you're a sad rock as I fight my wife in the eye. Hey, so biggity bad. I don't believe that. Hey, you're a sad rock as I fight my wife in the eye. Hey, now my wife says she leaving me. Baby, we going. All right, that's it. Hey, man, no man move like that, man. Baby, don't open me down. No, I said I got it. Baby, oh, baby, I'll catch you. Baby, please, let me catch you. Baby, I was fixed. Oh, I was fixed. Take me to church. 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 I was fixed. Oh, she had my socks and with very deep in the room. Underneath some prickle sticks. I did not know what to do when the witch doctor me the truth. This woman had me lined up to divorce you. Hey, I was fixed. Take me to church. 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 She gonna tell the pastor on me. He blocked my eyes and he lay hands on me. Now I in church playing Christian, but Sister Mary just tell me she wants some. I was fixed. Take me to church. 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 I was fixed. Take me to church.
Tonight, the plot thickens as the search continues for a missing American woman. Also, it's a mad rush to register before the House is dissolved. And later, funeral home operators are up in arms tonight. We'll tell you why. Eyewitness News starts. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janaea Nawal. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, new questions in the case of a woman missing at sea for now more than 48 hours. A relative coming forward with a claim that could change how investigators approach this case. Our Jose Etienne joining me live in studio tonight with the latest. Jose?
Janaea, there's a cloud of uncertainty over what truly transpired with 56-year-old American Lynette Hooker, who's still missing at sea since Saturday. It remains in search and rescue mode, and now Carly Aylesworth, a woman claiming to be Hooker's daughter, is demanding a full and thorough investigation into her mother's disappearance in waters off Elbow Key, as she referenced prior issues that she suggests could potentially pivot the investigation.
Have known past issues between them have not been good, so it's just weird that this is happening now. Kind of like, okay, you said this was gonna probably happen and now it's happening.
The daughter of a Michigan native who's now missing in Bahamian waters, speaking with United States media as she voiced her worry surrounding her mother's disappearance. Eyewitness News reached out to Aylesworth, who sent a statement which highlighted her demands for federal, state, or local American authorities to be involved in a matter that's being probed by local police. And it comes as the young woman is fearing for the worst.
The more time that goes on, the more I disbelieve that she'll come back alive. I don't think you can tread water for that long.
At this juncture, an all-points bulletin for the missing woman has not been issued. Police, however, notified the public of her disappearance on Sunday. The information Eyewitness News has at this time is that Hooker was with her husband and the couple departed Hopetown on Saturday evening in an 8-foot dinghy when the husband reported that his wife fell overboard with the boat keys, causing the engine to shut off. He told police strong currents carried her away before he lost sight of her.
It just doesn't add up why she was swimming away from the boat or why she had the keys.
It is also alleged that the husband paddled to shore, arriving at the Marsh Harbor boatyard around 4 a.m. on Sunday and alerted authorities there. Her daughter continues to cling to hope against overwhelming odds. We also reached out to local police who said there are no further updates at this time. Meanwhile, United States officials have declined to confirm the identity of the missing woman, citing privacy concerns. They did, however, stress that the safety of its citizens remain a top priority. Only time will tell then if or when this case will shift from rescue to recovery mode. For now, back to you, Janelle.
Thanks so much, our Jose Etienne, joining us live tonight. Meantime, another local search and rescue has been launched for 2 men missing at sea. The mission triggered by a woman who told authorities at the West End police station in Grand Bahama at 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday that her husband and his male friend had not returned from a fishing trip. She reportedly told authorities that the duo departed a dock near the West End Community Clinic on Monday and traveled in a 20-foot blue and white vessel named Double Trouble. The search has already been initiated by Police Force Marine Support Services. It's a story we are continuing to follow tonight. Meantime, a man is dead following a traffic accident in Rock Sound, Eleuthera, that left the victim with multiple injuries, including several broken ribs. Authorities say the victim was transported to a local clinic for treatment. He succumbed to his injuries. The incident taking place shortly before 1 p.m. Well, with just over 24 hours left before the voter registration closes, a last-minute rush is underway across the country as thousands move to secure their chance to vote. Our Laurencia Smith on the ground as the final push to the polls intensifies. Here's that report.
The clock is ticking as voter registration is entering its final stretch ahead of the general election, with the deadline set for Wednesday at 10 p.m., according to parliamentary officials. Voter centers across the country were bustling with last-minute registrants. At the Fox Community Center, a small crowd waited, with some telling Eyewitness News that they had returned after being turned away on Monday. This voter told us she had been waiting since 9 a.m., but the registration process did not begin until 11.
Yes, it's very too long. It ain't enough people doing the work.
Now, the parliamentary officials explained that staff worked well into the early morning, contributing to the delays, a situation that did not sit well with some voters.
All day, sometimes overnight, where they took so long, and I could not, because of my job or different responsibilities that I had, I could not have stayed throughout the entire day. So,
meanwhile, at the community center, we observed persons signing their name to join the queue while others left saying they would return. We also met Mr. Wesley Neely of We Care, a concierge services, who say that they were assisting elderly and disabled persons to ensure they were able to access the registration process.
Wanting to be a part of the electoral process, transportation for one, is a very, very serious issue for the disabled and the elderly.
We're here at the Elizabeth Estates voter registration site. As you can see, voters are standing along the walls, others sitting in chairs, waiting to ensure that their name is on the list. Now, many of the voters that we spoke to say, yes, the lines are long. However, they're willing to wait it out.
Well, the first time I went to the mall, and I was there for 3 hours, and I am pregnant, so yeah, that was too long for me to wait with no seats.
Well, because I really want to vote and I want to register. So I decided I'll wait it out.
Over the long holiday weekend, the Parliamentary Registration Department provided residents with extended opportunities to register to vote. With the election writ expected to be issued following the dissolution of Parliament, This voter say she had a different experience.
Went smooth for me. I had no problem. Walked in. I find that a lot of people aren't prepared. They're not bringing the right documents. They don't even know where they live.
The department says it launched a national voter registration drive as far back as last summer, but yet many didn't show up. So the big question, why did voters wait until the 9th hour?
I guess I was one of the last minuter.
Move from island to island, so this is the first time I've been in one space long enough.
And I didn't feel the urge, to be honest, to put myself out there with an urgency to vote. You know, just being honest, as a young person in this country, I didn't see that they were interested in us.
According to the parliamentary commissioner, at the end of last week, 202,840 persons were on the register, making it the largest voter registration ever in the country's history. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, drama unfolding at the Parliamentary Registration Department today as the Coalition of Independents, they're questioning the integrity of the process. This as the Parliamentary Commissioner fired back, shutting down their claims. Our Danielle Dean is on the story tonight.
Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain today delivering a cease and desist letter to Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, claiming the Parliamentary Registration Department is failing to properly safeguard critical election documents stored inside its vault. Bain alleging that based on information from sources within the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Security Intelligence Branch, that unit has sole access to the vault, including advanced poll ballot boxes and registration card counterfoils.
We were informed of this by staff at the PRD who were all concerned about this fact. I called the Parliamentary Commissioner yesterday and he confirmed that that is the case, that he does not have access to the vault. He said that, I was told that they have to call SIB, Security Intelligence Branch of the police force, and then they have to come to the Parliamentary Commissioner's department or registry in order to open that vault for them. We will not accept the SIB being in control of our counterfoils and other election materials that is in there. That key needs to be turned over immediately, and the letter gives him until Thursday to rectify this problem. I also asked the commissioner when I spoke to him yesterday if the advance poll boxes is going to be kept at the Parliamentary Justice Office or at the Police Commissioner's office. He said he doesn't know yet.
But the Parliamentary Commissioner is pushing back. In a call with Eyewitness News, Harrison Thompson denying that any single entity has full control, saying the system is designed with built-in safeguards. Thompson explaining there are two sets of keys, one held by his office, the other by the intelligence branch, and that the vault itself has two locks, meaning neither side can access its contents without the other present. He also revealed the matter has now been referred to his attorney. Still, Bain maintains the current arrangement is unacceptable, giving the commissioner until the end of the week to address his concerns, and warning he is prepared to take the issue to international authorities if necessary. With just weeks before Bahamians head to the polls, the question now whether this dispute could undermine public confidence in the electoral process. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Well, the leader of the Coalition of Independents, Lincoln Bain, he's also renewing his concerns about the alleged distribution of fraudulent government-issued identification. He claims he has sources within the Parliamentary Registration Department who he says have been passing alarming information. But the Parliamentary Commissioner, Harrison Thompson, he debunked those allegations, noting that there have been no incidents of fraudulent cases noticed by the department. If they do detect fraudulent passports, he says, Harrison says that they have no problem following protocol, which requires that they contact the passport office and file a report. Now, Thompson says that the main priority of his department right now is to ensure that every eligible Bahamian is registered.
I've spoken to persons in the Parliamentary Registry Department. Some of them have forwarded photocopies of passports to me. Of course, I have to keep that on the wraps for obvious reasons. But When we see a person with a brand new, fresh passport, you could smell the newness on it like new car leather, and they come straight to the Parliamentary Registration Department, that indicates to me that we have a bigger problem. We have persons who intend to affect our democracy. You see, people talk about the Chinese and the Jamaicans and the Filipinos and everyone else, but it's not them I see trying to influence our elections.
Yes.
It's not them I see on the news, and you guys allowing them to state all Haitians vote PLP or FNM this time. I don't see that from other persons.
That's right.
I am seeing that from one group of people who are flooding us, and that is why our democracy is at threat.
Yeah.
It is not politically expedient for me to take this strong stance. It is not something that you should do politically, because you're going to offend some people. But I have to take a strong stance to defend my country.
Well, Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson providing an update on the introduction of the biometric voter cards. It's featuring fingerprint identification, facial recognition, and also other digital signatures. He tells us that the process is moving smoothly despite pausing that process at this time.
We only had one site thus far, but when we open up again, we'll have sites in different areas, so I don't have a bottleneck at any particular area. We have cards now for all the constituencies. Some have plenty, some have a few. So we'll be trying to manage that now to see how we would issue them in the next few days. The set that we have about 30,000 people who have applied for the biometrics, and we're trying to get them their cards before election.
Parliament expected to be dissolved tomorrow, Wednesday, April 8th, meaning that all parliamentarians will officially vacate their seat. It also marks the final day to register for the 2026 general election. PLP Chair Fred Mitchell says the Commissioner of Police is expected to read the official proclamation outside of the House of Assembly tomorrow morning. Mitchell encouraging all eligible voters who have not yet registered to do so.
Commissioner intends to read the proclamation at 9:30 in the morning. I intend to be out there just for reasons of history. I'm a junkie for elections, so I just want to encourage people to participate in the democratic process. It's a great country we live in. Wednesday is the last day. The writ of elections will be issued on Thursday, so the deadline is midnight Wednesday evening. And I encourage everybody to do so if you haven't done so, and to participate in the elections, because it's important for the democratic process to see a high level of participation in the process. And I'm satisfied Bahamians love elections. We'll have a great time. It'll be a peaceful time, and the winner will be declared. And it is my hope and expectation that winner will be the Progressive Liberal Party.
With the general election now set for May 12, Bahamians are turning their attention to what they want from an next administration. Our Rebecca Bain has reaction tonight. Well, as we await on that report, a 22-year-old man in Abaco grappling with severe injuries after he was reportedly attacked by two men armed with a cutlass. Police say the incident took place on Monday after 11 p.m. Reports reveal that the victim was involved in an altercation with a man known to him at a local business establishment. Reports also add that the individual reportedly left the scene, later returned with a relative also known to the victim, and the duo reportedly attacked him. Authorities say the victim is in serious but stable condition and will be transported here to New Providence for further medical care. Meantime, a manhunt is underway for the suspects involved. Well, mental health concerns persist tonight after police revealed that a 45-year-old man nearly took his own life, an attempt that was seemingly thwarted by his wife, who discovered him with a sheet wrapped around his neck and the other end secured to a tree. Responding officers said that the man revealed that he's been wrestling with significant stress related to work and his family matters. The victim's now in hospital for further medical attention and evaluation. Well, as we said, the general election is set for May 12th. Bahamians turning their attention on what they want from the next administration. Our Rebecca Bain has has the details tonight.
As the countdown to Election Day continues, many Bahamians say they are looking for real change, not just promises. And while three major parties, the Free National Movement, the Coalition of Independents, and the sitting government, the Progressive Liberal Party, prepare for the polls, voters say their priorities need to go beyond politics.
I'm hoping that the next government would really put people first. Tourism and all of that, those things are important. But the way you take care of your people is the most important thing for any government.
From the rising cost of living to crime and job opportunities, Bahamians across the country are demanding that issues that matter the most needs to be addressed.
And low-cost homes, a lot of people hurting. A lot of people hurting. Then rent. You know, the rent is so high, you live in the ghetto. They want to charge you $1,000 for rent, $900 for rent. You understand?
Salaries, the minimum wage definitely needs to go up so people could be able to afford the cost of living over here.
And while some are focused on economic relief, others say the education system is falling short, warning that the next generation is at risk.
I believe that our curriculum system in general, in the public school system, needs to be addressed because as time moves on, our system has remained antiquated. And if there could be a real focus on education and the basis of it, the foundation of it, and let's target children based on their strengths and move forward into that, I believe that overall, generations to come will benefit from it. It has to be progressive across the board.
But for some, even that is not enough, as they express their health and access to proper health care remains top concerns, issues they argue past and current governments has yet to fully address.
It's a total mess, I ain't gonna lie, especially you go to the hospital. With a rundown with mold and this thing and the next thing, the machines that may waken. So it's a total mess. You know, medication, no medication. You go to, they know some, they don't even have medication.
Community advocates are also looking for stronger social programs, calling on the next administration to not neglect the most vulnerable.
They need assistance. We need to make resources available to take care of these people. They are out here in the thousands, crying, struggling, can't afford to buy food, can't afford to buy gas now.
But while many are placing their hopes in a new government, with all parties outlining plans and promises, some voters remain skeptical, raising frustration with years of unmet expectations.
All of the governments so far have done the very same thing. They make promises, but they don't execute. So I am hoping and I am praying that whoever gets in power do what they say they're going to do.
With just weeks to go before Election Day, the question remains, which party will convince voters they can truly deliver? Rebecca Bain, Eyewitness News.
Well, after clearing the land, government set to break ground on its new multi-million-dollar specialty hospital within the coming weeks. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darrow revealing this much to Eyewitness News this afternoon, adding that the ceremony will come before the end of the month. Darrow explaining long-standing environmental concerns are also being addressed, which led to the current timeline.
The groundbreaking ceremony will be before the election. One of the delays that we had was the fact that we had to meet the requirements of the Ministry of Environment because the area is eco-sensitive, and so a lot of plants had to be transplanted and potted so that once the construction is completed, they will be replanted so it will attract the migratory birds and the ecosystem will remain the same. I anticipate groundbreaking will be before the end of this month.
Meantime, there's been some growing frustration from those in the funeral industry, with leaders saying they've lost hope in the Davis administration over delayed legislation. Our Devontae Hanna has the details tonight.
Tonight, those from the funeral services industry are revealing they've lost hope in the Davis administration after failing to make good on a promise to introduce a new bill to lay the framework for the sector.
We've been made promises given to us over and over the past 7-8 years, and nothing has been done. Not one single item has been done. So we are discouraged about it all.
Ferguson echoing a fellow funeral director, Ambrose Gibson, who in an open letter to the Prime Minister last week revealed those in mortuary services feel disenfranchised. The Davis administration in its 2023 speech from the throne making the promise to introduce a funeral industry services bill to lay down the framework for the funeral home industry. It's an item left too far down on the government's agenda, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville admits.
But unfortunately, it did not make our legislative agenda. But it was scheduled to be released, and CMO at my ministry, along with other industry partners, worked diligently to ensure that this bill was able to be modernized to reflect the 21st century.
The bill would seek to address issues like Princess Margaret Hospital's crumbling morgue facility, which Ferguson believes is in the worst state he's ever seen.
Space is lacking, the manpower is not there. And then two, we have to abide by rules and regulations that are in place just to satisfy the access of bodies based on the availability of staff to release bodies to the funeral homes.
On the defense, Dr. Darville says the government has recognized the morgue's shortcomings and is pledging to address them.
We realize that the morgue is too small for what we are seeing in the industry. And immediately in our plans for the new hospital, we have a new reference morgue that is designed for mass casualties.
But the morgue in the country's healthcare system at large remains an issue the next government will inherit. In that open letter, Gibson says funeral directors are willing to take a chance on the Free National Movement, with noted funeral director Denali Penmaki on the party's ticket. Ferguson says he believes that could give those in the mortuary industry a seat at the table. But Dr. Darville says the work for the Davis administration is already underway to correct the issues.
This administration is fully aware of what needs to be done, and we have already executed our plans to get it done. We are putting in place a national reference morgue. We will have the appropriate facilities where the loved ones can be accessible to view the remains of their loved ones. Secondly, the family islands are not left out in our plan. It's there.
The Davis administration has opened new clinics on several islands across the country with a promise to expand in a second term. Devontae Hanna, Eyewitness News.
Well, the National Security Minister, Wayne Monroe, has responded to concerns raised by Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain over access to election materials. Bain alleges that only the Security Intelligence branch of the Royal Bahamas Police Force has access to the Registration Department's vault, and further claims the Parliamentary Commissioner does not have direct access. Monroe, however, is questioning the significance of the vault and its role in the process.
Thought that Prime Minister Ingram answered that conclusively in the by-election for Golden Isles. Anybody talking about an election being stolen probably feels they're going to lose. And is setting a pretext. Prime Minister Ingram has made it quite clear. You cannot steal an election. Questions about a vote. What's the significance of that? By the time the ballots reach there, they've already been counted in front of everybody's agents, including the COI. You've already gotten your copy of the forms that set out what has happened. So exactly what is the significance of the vote in his mind? Or they're not going to have agents at the count for the COI. Because certainly the PLP will have agents in every polling division to count every vote. The F&M will have agents in every polling station to count every vote. Unless the COI is disorganized and don't have sufficient poll agents, they will be there to witness it themselves. So that is why Prime Minister Ingram said, get that nonsense out your mind. You cannot steal an election in the Bahamas. We always have foreign election advisors, observers, every election.
Well, the Bahamas Constitution Party says the May 12 election date set by Prime Minister Philip Davis may benefit one party while creating challenges for voters, students, and families. Eyewitness News turning to social media posing the question, do you think the election date gives any political party an advantage? Some 65 participants voting yes, it seems strategically chosen. 30% says no, it's just a practical date, while 4% voted possibly, but not significantly. 1% said that they were unsure. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital polls as your voice matters. Well, we have added another access point to make sure that you're up to date with the latest news. Follow the Eyewitness News WhatsApp channel or scan that QR code on your screen. Visit our social media pages for a direct link. While you're there, don't forget to follow Eyewitness News on Instagram and Facebook. But if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Eye News hotline 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas @gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comment section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, it seems voters aren't settling for a recent review on voting fees. We've got that story coming up, and later more representatives from third parties, they're looking to contest the upcoming general election. We've got more on that right after this break.
Vibes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Captain Cash & Co. viral videos have shown you using what is said to be super speed to deliver cash to citizens around the world. Can you explain this?
Those people are simply taking advantage of Cash & Go's Cash Now money lending service, our easy-to-use money lending portal.
How does it work?
Well, you simply enter your information along with a recent payslip, a picture of your ID, and then select your loan amount and the repayment term. We review it as soon as possible. And then once approved, we could have your cash delivered to your mobile wallet, or we could send it directly to a bank of your choosing. Any more questions?
No. Thanks, Cash & Go, man.
It's Captain Cash & Go.
2021. Borders overrun. Gang wars raging. Crime out of control. 4 years later, we're stronger. More than 1,000 new police and defense force officers, new interceptors protecting our waters, record numbers repatriated, and with stronger security partnerships, tougher anti-gang laws, and shantytown crackdowns, we're tightening our grip. Stronger borders, safer streets. This fight is never finished.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID. All you really need, and more.
John, I just found out that KFC has an irresistible promo.
Crunch into the juicy flavor of the new KFC Rapstar, a classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, fat on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. Gas prices inching close to $8. Esso, $7.39. Rubis coming in at $6.98. Shell, $6.97. your local prices at the pump. Well, this just into our news desk. Authorities are advising that the two men who went missing at sea in Grand Bahama, that's West End to be exact, they were safely retrieved and rescued by a concerned citizen that, according to police reports, it's been reported that their vessel experienced some engine trouble. They were assisted by a concerned citizen and are said to be in good health and in good condition. Some good news tonight to those boaters who are safely back home. Well, the Bahamas is hoping to reel back international boaters, but industry leaders warn that there's still a long way to go. The Association of Bahamas Marinas President Peter Murray says recent changes to boating fees are a start, but he says they aren't enough to reverse the heavy loss of business that the sector has faced. He's warned the recovery remains slow, describing the impact as damage done too much, too fast. Now, effective April 1st of this year, the new fee structure adjusts the cruising permit and anchorage costs for foreign pleasure vessels. 30-day permits now range from $150 for boats under 30 feet up to $600 for vessels over 100 feet. 6-month permits now run from $300 to $2,000 and 12-month permits from $500 to $3,000, each allowing limited free re-entry depending on the duration. For vessels anchoring outside marinas, fees start at just $50 for 30 days for smaller boats, reaching some $200 for the largest yachts. 6 months stay ranges from $100 to $1,000 and 12 months from $200 to $1,500. 2-year frequent digital cruising day cards, they carry anchorage fees up to $1,500, all depending on the vessel size.
Make us competitive, and it doesn't bring back the considerable amount of business, that we've lost as a result. So, I mean, this was a, I hate to say it, but it was a little bit, to try to appease what we think was, what was not done right in the first place.
Well, Murray is also pointing to the marine sector as a critical opportunity for Bahamians beyond the country's traditional cruise and resort tourism industry.
Bahamians now moving into this space because, the maritime market became so obvious after COVID that, people are getting interested in it. And we have a lot of captains and chefs and people like that were doing quite well in it, not just the people on board though. I mean, and I think, it opens up a new space for Bahamians to be involved in, instead of the traditional cruise ships and hotels, I mean, it's something else. And it certainly brings a lot of commerce to the out islands, which don't have cruise ships and resorts or mega resorts or whatever.
Well, alternative political parties still emerging as the general election inches closer. Social activist Patrice Hanna-Carey, who leads the Joshua Soares political party, plans to contest the Freetown seat, going head-to-head with incumbent Wayne Monroe, Lincoln Deal for the Free National Movement, COI candidate Olivia Ingram Griffin, independent candidate Andrew Blue Johnson. If she's elected, she notes that she plans to be the change constituents hope to see.
The work for me has not just begun. I'm on the same plane as other candidates as it relates to those that are vying, but I'm not one that has just come out of the gate. I have been on that ground. I have been working nationally, internationally, and on a constituency level. As it relates to political party, the overall concept that I have put forward is support the best candidate. For me, I know I'm the best for Freetown. I know the people. I love the people. I know the needs of the people. And that goes from a constituency level to national and international.
Well, despite Bahamian voters traditionally voting for two main parties, Hanna-Carey says she believes there will be a shift this time around.
even though the parties are very well recognized and they're institutionalized, meaning it's not a system we're most likely going to get rid of anytime soon, I definitely believe that the Bahamian people have elevated in terms of our thinking and the way that we have conceptualized the electoral process, and we're like, who's going to be the better fit? Regardless of the party, let's make those party decisions when we get in the House. For now, we choose who is best for us, and Hannah Carey is best for Freetown.
Well, innovation isn't just powering today, it's mapping out the future. In its latest feature from the Bahamas Power and Light Keeping Current series, the company's Geographic Information Systems Department earned some regional recognition from Spatial Innovation for its contribution to the development of geospatial industry in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. It's work that's strengthening how the grid is mapped, monitored, and managed, and laying the foundation for a smarter, more connective, and more responsive energy system.
Behind every electricity pole, every power line, and every connection, there's information powering it. At Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited, a team has been quietly building on that information to create a digital framework that has earned them a regional award in their mission to create a smarter energy system.
We're here with BPL, and we choose to recognize them for the stellar work in terms of their geospatial development in the Bahamas and also in the Caribbean.
Scotty came to me and he said, I have this idea. I said, then I will make sure that you have the tools and equipment necessary to get it done. I would like to know where every pole is, every transformer, every street light, every meter, every piece of infrastructure that exists on our network. I would like to be able to know exactly where that is. And I'm so proud of Scotty and his team because they have done an amazing job.
The work being done is paving the way for new technology like smart meters that will allow you to track your energy use and billing.
They just came back from Abaco doing some work, and the whole intent is to move them through the chain of islands to ensure that they meet what the CEO would have requested of them, to know where every pole is, every asset in the chain of islands.
And it's not just about convenience. It also means that when the power goes out, BPL can see exactly where the problem is in real time.
This allows us to now tie in different systems when there's an outage, where the outage is, what could be possibly causing the outage. So it helps our teams to more effectively and efficiently repair the incident and be able to report that back. And with that, we are building the foundation for our next generation here.
From mapping the grid to transforming how it's monitored and managed, BPL's GIS team isn't just mapping the system, they're redefining it.
Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, it's an Easter event that left smiles on many faces. We've got the details, but first, a check on tonight's weather forecast.
We have made significant progress on the installation of the temporary causeway at the Tino Beach Bridge. The causeway, when completed, will allow all vehicle types to access Tino Island with no weight restrictions.
So since the passing of Hurricane Dorian, the Lucarian Service Company has been challenged over the past 6 years. We have had major failures within the interior parts of the island on Grand Bahama Highway that lead across to the eastern part of the island, which is the Casarina Bridge and the Sajak Hayward Bridge.
In August 2023, after an inspection of the Tino Beach Bridge, there were some concerns.
And for 2 years, we've been working very closely with engineers here on island and those that are from out of Nassau as well to ensure that we had the best results going forward.
We've been exploring various options to replace the bridge to ensure that we make the best decision on the way forward for long-term sustainability. The causeway will be built by simply dumping fill into the canal. This fill will be compacted to engineering standards. After it's compacted, an asphalt top will be added. After the asphalt top is added, there will be jersey barriers and other traffic management tools to make sure pedestrians and road users are safe.
Currently, this is an emergency repair that we're doing right now.
It will allow residents on the southern side of the bridge to return to a sense of normalcy.
Bukhari Service Company and Tamarind Development Company, we take the environment serious.
We want to let everybody know that an environmental study was completed.
And we are following the environmental monitoring plan that was provided.
We continue to work along with stakeholders and also with outside and exterior entities
to make sure we adhere to the plan and we are accountable.
And any concerns that they bring to the table, they are foremost addressed in an urgent and controlled manner.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
At a recent career fair at Queens College High School, tourism professionals introduced scores of young students to the endless possibilities that await within the tourism sector.
It's incredibly important because, as we know, tourism is the #1 industry in the Bahamas, and we have a lot of students who have really big ideas. They have a lot of initiatives. We have some students that are already entrepreneurs, so we want to remind them that whatever career they want to go in, it's going to affect the Bahamas in some way. So by branding yourself as a Bahamian and doing incredible things, you are affecting the tourism industry positively.
A lot of them do not think about Gumbe Summer Festival or Native Made craft work when they think about the tourism department. So we kind of have to make that connection for them between the ministry and then the work that we do. I actually had a student who was recently at the Exuma Bahamas Music and Heritage Festival. So she was excited that we were a part of that event and telling me about her experience there. So when they do make the connection, they are excited about it.
We had a very good reception from the students. They're all very excited. They're all very interested and eager to learn. When you first hear the Ministry of Tourism, I think the students don't automatically think of how vast and how broad the Ministry of Tourism is. We have careers in culinary, aviation, your basic accounting, as well as religious tourism. I mean, there's just so many things you can do within the Ministry of Tourism. I think it's important for them to have a true understanding of what it is. Tourism is the #1 industry, and there are so many careers. When you think tourism, you automatically think hospitality, but there's so many more things to do outside of the hospitality factor.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. Well, it was an afternoon where family fun and food were the order of the day. Fort Charlotte PLP candidate Sebastian opened the constituency doors to dozens of community members on Saturday for an Easter extravaganza. Our Danielle Dean has the details tonight.
Hundreds of Fort Charlotte constituents this past weekend made their way to the headquarters of PLP candidate Sebastian Bastian for an afternoon of Easter celebrations. Residents, some also from alternative constituencies, said they were grateful for the opportunity to bring their kids out and have some family fun.
As a constituent, traditionally I do not come out, but I think it's a positive event that our hopeful candidate is bringing forward. It's free for our families to come forward, and the children need something positive to do.
I got to go on the bouncy castles, go on the rides. Especially I like the rides because not only the carnival gone, but they brought more rides so people can enjoy and remember how the carnival felt.
I came here because it's for the kids. It's about the kids. It's not about us anymore. So anything for the kids, we're going to make sure I put a step forward, and that's what it's about. That's why I came all the way down here from Golden Gates.
We just brought them, this is the first time in history you see such a bunny so big, and we came to see the bunny, enjoy the bunny, and so our grandchildren are excited about the bunny.
This is a silly season, as people love to call it, but this is not a silly event. Our friends and our families are here because this is serious business, and I would like to think that our hopeful candidate is also about serious business as well.
Bastian noting that even in the midst of political tension ahead of the 2026 general election, it was important to take a breather, create balance, and allow the scores of attendees a moment to unwind while celebrating a season as symbolic of the power of giving as Easter.
We know the size of our community. I mean, we've been on the ground for 6 months canvassing.
We know exactly how many registered voters we have. So, we're prepared to make sure that every single person that came through was able to have a great time. We're just representing Port Charlotte at this moment, and that's just going to continue. That's going to intensify. Our small home repairs program is bringing restored dignity to our residents. There's no potholes in Port Charlotte. We fixed it all, and if you find a pothole, go on our website, 311portcharlotte.com, fill out the 311 form, and it'll be dealt with right away. Over 92 street lights have been repaired. We've been on the ground for 5.5 months. The work continues. I mean, we've been essentially bringing relief support to the community from the day we started the campaign. So for us, it's just business as usual, support as usual, engagement as usual, and we're just going to continue to do the work. My team is very good. I have a very strong, good, dedicated team who can continue to do the work, solve the problems of the community, and march on to Parliament.
The candidate assured there's more in store for the constituency and remains hopeful he'll be given a chance to prove as much in months to come. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has your latest check on sports. Good evening, Laurencia.
Good evening, Janelle. Well, all eyes this weekend was on our junior athletes as they dominated both on the track and in the pool. I'll give you all of the highlights from the Carifta Games. I'll tell you more straight ahead in sports.
Let's go, hustle, hustle, hustle. All right, get up, get up, get up. Y'all can't be tired already. Only was one lap.
My mommy tells my daddy that she needed some money. So my daddy tell her that she needs to go to Island Lock.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds like my mommy too. Every time my phone makes a certain noise, she always gotta go pick something up.
Oh, shoot.
Coach, what type of phone that is? You look like you need some money on your account. You want me to call my daddy?
Don't worry, Coach. My daddy worked till alive, and I know they have one big sale coming up. I sure we could get one new nectar for you. See mine?
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing these grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful. And I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
There are a lot of new opportunities in our country. We are building an economy that includes everyone. And you chose to come to PTVI.
The best place to learn.
Expanding and updating PTVI.
It prepared me for the future to be an entrepreneur.
And this is what this is all about. We are creating more opportunities for more Bahamians because opportunity is the key to success.
As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. Visit our website today so you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes because their job is to work for you.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Kicking things off in sports tonight, we're trackside. Team Bahamas delivered a strong performance at the 53rd edition of the Carifta Games over in Grenada, finishing third overall behind Jamaica and the Twin Island nation of Trinidad and Tobago. The meet was highlighted by an impressive showing from the under-17 division. The Bahamas under-17 girls 4x100-meter relay team comprised of Kiesra Thomas, Breon Ward, Jose Johnson, and Teray Forbes captured gold in a record-breaking fashion, clocking a time of 44.21 seconds to set a new Carifta mark. Our under-17 boys 4x100-meter relay team also struck gold in the field. Justin Shepard claimed gold, and Ashley Demerit secured silver in the under-70 boys octathlon, adding to the medal count. On the track, Zion Davis earned a silver in the under-20 boys 400 meters, while in the under-20 girls 4x400-meter relay team also took home silver. In the throws, Tasia Stubbs successfully defended her under-20 javelin title, while Kamira Strawn added a bronze in the same event. Overall, a solid medal haul and a promising display for the next generation of Bahamian athletes on the regional stage. In a statement, the team's head coach, Alexis Roberts, shared that athletes came out and competed against some of the best in the region. And this year, we saw more personal best performance than we have had in nearly a decade. And credit must go to local coaches. These athletes were prepared both physically and mentally. It's a clear sign that knowledge, commitment, and overall standard of coaching in the Bahamas continues to grow. Now, Jamaica ended the competition with a total of 71 medals, with 28 gold, 27 silver, and 16 bronze, while Trinidad wrapped up the competition with a total of 35 medals, 9 gold, 11 silver, and 15 bronze. Congratulations. Meanwhile, over at the pool, Team Bahamas continued to dominate after 3 days of intense competition at the Carifta Aquatic Championships over in Martinique. The Bahamas remains firmly out in front with a commanding 613.5 points. Jamaica slipped to second with 558 points, while Trinidad and Tobago holds on to third with 545 points. The standings have remained unchanged since day one. Head coach Trevano McPhee telling a local sports daily he's confident but not complacent as the team pushed for an unprecedented 8th title. Now, a look at the medal count. Barbados lead with 34 medals, 16 gold, 11 silver, and 7 bronze. The Bahamas has 42 medals, 15 gold, 10 silver, and 17 bronze. Trinidad and Tobago tops the table with 43 medals, 14 gold, 14 silver, and 15 bronze. Now, taking account in aquatics, the winner is determined by points, not medals. As the competition heads into the final stretch, all eyes are on Team Bahamas to see if they can make history. Well, we'll definitely be looking forward to that. Well, that's a quick look at sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
Welcome back to another episode of The Movement, your energy and transport briefing. Today, I'm stepping into the shoes of a crossing guard. Let's see how it goes. Hey, stop the car. Put the window down. Listen, there's 2 stop signs through this corner. One at the end of the corner, and this. You gotta respect both. You hear me, sir? Let's go, keep rolling, don't let it happen again. Every day, crossing guards are up and on duty way before you even get up to start your day. And today, I'm gonna spend the day with them, rested and double vested, to see what it takes to keep our kids and our streets safe. Heading good.
I've been doing this now for about 6 months now, and what made me want to become a crossing patrol officer is the love for the children, to protect the children, the safety of the children. I've noticed that everybody is always in a heat and rush, and they don't have the full understanding of what is the importance of us doing this job. The importance of us doing this job is for the safety of our children. Good.
That's your $5. You need that?
I have kids of my own, and they're very grown, so to come back out here and help these children along the way and be a mentor, to be somebody that inspires the children is very, very rewarding for me.
As a crossing patrol officer, one of the most important things that you need to know, and that is paramount, is that our kids come first. And the ultimate goal, once again, is the safety of our kids in crossing our streets. Early in the morning, you have high traffic.
We gotta go. Let's go, we gotta go.
You gotta go.
The most difficult part is being able to create a gap within the traffic so that we can safely navigate our kids across the streets.
Driver, please stop your car. You're trying to see the kids cross from there and far. Driver, when you see this, then stop. Because if you don't stop, then your car could drop in a pothole. And like you say, see, I tell you slow down because the children got to get in the schoolyard.
At the Water and Sewage Corporation, safety and convenience are our top priorities. However, our meter readers face challenges that can make their job difficult. Locked gates to guard dogs sometimes leads to missed readings and estimated bills, which can be frustrating for you and us. That's why we're upgrading to digital meters. They bring safety, accuracy, and convenience to homes across the Bahamas. We can streamline data collection, reduce on-site visits, and provide more accurate bills with no more estimates. Digital meters also help detect leaks early, saving you from costly bills and reducing water waste. Soon, a user-friendly app will let you track your water usage, manage bills, and stay informed, all at your fingertips. Over the next year, we're rolling out digital meters nationwide, transforming how we serve you with a safer and cost-efficient water supply. To learn about our digital meters, visit our website or call us today. And don't forget to update your information at any of our locations.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
Some burgers are simple. The Barbecue Crispy King, this one goes all in. Smoky barbecue sauce, crispy bacon, flame grilled beef, stacked high flavor in every bite. In Nassau, we don't do small, and we definitely don't do boring. And when morning hits, the Breakfast Barbecue Crispy King has that bam to start the day. Burger King Nassau, triple down on big flavor.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news this Tuesday. Coming up and beyond the headlines with Shanique Miller, a look at all of today's top stories. That's coming up and beyond the headlines. It starts right after this. That does it for us here at Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of our entire news team, I'm Janae Nawal saying good night and be safe, everyone.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
your say, your vote, your choice.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods, taste the difference.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Idle Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
Don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
Your say, your vote, your choice.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods, taste the difference.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Island Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
And know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few.
The thoughts,
At
views, and
Investor,
comments
we believe
expressed
the door
by the
should be
host,
open to
guests,
everyone.
and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Is demanding that Prime Minister Davis rescind the date of the general election. BCP leader Ali McIntosh says May 12th conflicts with students' exams. There were many Easter parties for the kids over the Easter weekend. So who had the better party? And while you think of that answer, Rick Fox pulled his celebrity card. He brought Boris Cujo and his wife Nicole to Garden Hills. And on a somber note, an American woman is missing in waters off Abaco. Many netizens, including Bahamians, question the husband's version of how things happened. We have the story tonight. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. It's great to have you along this evening. Well, BCP leader Ali McIntosh is pushing harder for Prime Minister Davis to rescind the date of the general election. McIntosh, who is running in the Angliston constituency, plans to protest at Parliament tomorrow to say to the Prime Minister, because elections are not constitutionally mandated before October 6th, the Prime Minister and members of Parliament can go back to work to unearth the widespread allegations of fraudulent passports in the hands of foreigners. McIntosh says she believes this will affect the general election adversely. McIntosh also objects to the May 12th date as it interrupts a school day, she says, citing it's 2 days after Mother's Day, and also it's the middle of the BJC and BGCSE examinations. Now, Eyewitness News last week did an exploration ourselves, and we found, speaking with education officials, that the one examination that's happening on May 12th will be the GLAT exam. I want to talk about that, though. I want to get your view on that, and certainly those of my panelists, about what the BCP leader, Ali McIntosh, is saying. This happens just, in fact, last week in Italy. There was a referendum, and the polling was done at schools throughout Italy. Therefore, there was no school that day. Kids had to stay home. This happens very often. Let's just bring it back home here. General elections have been held, and you will hear some dates from one of my panelists in a minute, but general elections have been held in the month of May, at the beginning of May, towards the middle of May, several times already. And at no time did I hear this, I guess, reason to rescind an election date being given or put forward. And so I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And also take a look at the BCP. How many candidates does the BCP have? How does McIntosh look in Angliston, and more? Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. My contributors this evening, Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, and Michael Turnquest. Gentlemen, good evening to each of you.
Good evening. Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Certainly, it's a pleasure to be here. Good evening, Leslie and Michael.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Good evening, guys.
Guys, good evening to each of you again. I want to talk about what Ali McIntosh is saying. You know, since last week, she made her intentions very clear. Prime Minister Davis, you are wrong here to have called the general election for May 12th, a Tuesday, in the middle of GLAD exams, 2 days after Mother's Day, just interrupting the flow, the regular flow and order of things as it relates to education. The fact that mothers have just celebrated Mother's Day 2 days before, that he should rescind this. Go back to work. I mean, you have several more months in your term to be able to get the people's work done. Your thoughts, gentlemen, about what the BCP leader is demanding?
Shanique, I've known Ali McIntosh for some time. A wonderful person. She have done a lot of community work in the country, and she's really a very nice person. However, I mean, like lights out, show over, curtains drop, it's past. I mean,
what is past? What do you mean?
The relevance of the BCP. Let's move on and get on with it. I don't think what she is speaking to has any relevance. It doesn't make sense. I'm surprised that it made the news. I mean, we've had a number of dates over the years. We've had May 2nd twice. We've had May 7th. We've had May 10th, along with some other school dates. We've always had election on times when there were times when we had to close school. So this is about nothing. For me, to me, it's all
so
about.
What is she doing? Is she posturing? Michael, is Ali McIntosh and the BCP posturing and trying?
Shani, you know, you have everybody, and you know, we are in the season where everybody wants to make news. I mean, it's unfortunate that this is the way that they think that they should make headlines in terms of, you know, it's a lot of other things that can happen. We can, you know, the Prime Minister more than likely will say there's no school on that particular date, but to say that no election, let's move it. Let's stop kicking the can down the road. The Bahamian people are ready for this election. They're ready for it to be over and done with.
Absolutely.
You know, people do not want to, they don't want to have their lives inconvenienced anymore in terms of road signs, all about people knocking on their doors and asking for support. They want to hurry up, go to the polls, cast their vote, and move on, and you know, let's carry on with regular business as usual.
You know, it is amazing to me. Every 5 years, this woman on a party walks into Porter's Field.
Party?
I say on a party, walk into Porter's Field graveyard, pick a bill, Georgie bundle, come up the next day with all kind of foolishness. The party has never gotten 100 votes in the history of the country. She's never gotten her money back. Come on, man, why do you all entertain people like that? This is serious business coming up. You go to graveyard after the 12th, man. Give us a break.
Listen to me. I want to talk about the BCP.
I will take her to lunch tomorrow instead of wasting
time. You can take a Porter's key and leave it there.
You're very cruel.
I'm cruel, I'm being honest. People tired, man. I'm tired of foolishness, man. Every 5 years she walk in that graveyard. You know, political grave. Come on, man. We got other things to talk about.
You know? I want to ask you all about the BCP and Ali.
That's exactly what it is, Shanique. A joke.
Give us a ring, man.
That's what it is.
Give us a ring.
See how natural the joke it is?
I was eating my dinner before I come here.
Let's find something else to talk about.
Give us a ring, man.
Okay, you know, okay,
Let's
sure.
move back to Porter's Field, man.
Let's move on.
Election is May 12th.
Please, man.
So,
May 12th.
With just over 24 hours left.
Serious business, man.
Before the voter registration closes, a last-minute rush is underway across the country as thousands move to secure their chance to vote.
They're too lazy.
Laurentia Smith was on the grounds today and has the final push to the polls as it intensifies.
Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain today delivering a cease and desist letter to Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, claiming the Parliamentary Registration Department is failing to properly safeguard critical election documents stored inside its vault. Bain alleging that based on information from sources within the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Security Intelligence Branch, that unit has sole access to the vault, including advanced poll ballot boxes and registration card counterfoils.
We were informed of this by staff at the PRD who were all concerned about this fact. I called the Parliamentary Commissioner yesterday and he confirmed that that is the case, that he does not have access to the vault. He said that, well, I was told that they have to call
The clock
SIB,
is ticking as voter
Security
registration
Intelligence
is entering
Branch.
its final stretch ahead of the general election, with the deadline set for Wednesday at 10 p.m., according to parliamentary officials. Voter centers across the country were bustling with last-minute registrants. At the Fox Community Center, a small crowd waited, with some telling Eyewitness News that they had returned after being turned away on Monday. This voter told us she had been waiting since 9 a.m., but the registration process did not begin until 11.
Yes, it's very too long. There ain't enough people doing the work.
Now, the parliamentary officials explained that staff worked well into the early morning, contributing to the delays, a situation that did not sit well with some voters.
All day, sometimes overnight, where they took so long, and I could not, because of my job or different responsibilities that I had, I could not have stayed throughout the entire day. So,
meanwhile, at the community center, we observed persons signing their name to join the queue while others left saying they would return. We also met Mr. Wesley Neely of We Care, a concierge services, who say that they were assisting elderly and disabled persons to ensure they were able to access the registration process.
Wanting to be a part of the electoral process, transportation for one, it's a very, very serious issue for the disabled and the elderly.
We're here at the Elizabeth Estates voter registration site. As you can see, voters are standing along the walls, others sitting in chairs, waiting to ensure that their name is on the list. Now, many of the voters that we spoke to say, yes, the lines are long. However, they're willing to wait it out.
Well, the first time I went to the mall, and I was there for 3 hours, and I am pregnant, so yeah, that was too long for me to wait with no seats.
Well, because I really want to vote and I want to register. So I decided to, I'll wait it out.
Over the long holiday weekend, the Parliamentary Registration Department provided residents with extended opportunities to register to vote. With the election writ expected to be issued following the dissolution of Parliament, this voter say she had a different experience.
It's smooth for me. I had no problem. Walked in. I find that a lot of people aren't prepared. They're not bringing the right documents. They don't even know where they live.
The department says it launched a national voter registration drive as far back as last summer, but yet many didn't show up. So the big question, why did voters wait until the 9th hour?
I guess I was one of the last minuter.
Moved from island to island, so this is the first time I've been in one space long enough.
And I didn't feel the urge, to be honest, to put myself out there with an urgency to vote. Just being honest, as a young person in this country, I didn't see that they were interested in us.
According to the parliamentary commissioner, at the end of last week, 202,840 persons were on the register, making it the largest voter registration ever in the country's history. Laurentia Smith, Eyewitness News.
Well, this is really, gentlemen, you all saw that. I know my youth panel, who are going to come on hopefully later this week, we're talking about the historic numbers of people registering, that even first-time voters, youth voters, are interested in having their voices heard. Your thoughts on people making a mad dash to register, many of them complaining and saying, wait a minute, how the Prime Minister could call this election in May and ain't give us time to do all this. Meanwhile, the voter registration process has been ongoing since the middle of last year.
Okay. I think, Shanique, is unfair. I mean, if you want to, whatever you want to deal with the government with, and I know people all year long and whole 5 years cursing the government, and be it F&M, PLP, but to do that to those employees down there, the registrar department, I think they're doing a yeoman job. I had occasion to go down there this past week, and it was crowded, yes, and because I needed some assistance, and I think the lines were long, but they facilitated me. They helped me very well. I must give that to them. But the crowd of people that rushed the center in a mad dash after we hear that Parliament has been prorogued, and we know it's evident now that the Parliament will be dissolved, and so no, it's unfair. Do your best, try to get them register or transfer what it is under the circumstances, but don't put that on the people that, oh, this is all bad or that is bad. It's an overwhelming situation. Let's do what we can do and move it. We hesitated. A couple months ago, you could have walked in those centers and no one was there. Everybody was going about their business like what? They were on social media.
A couple months ago, you mean a few weeks ago?
A few weeks ago, they were on social media. They were in the news talking about this and talking about this rather than getting prepared for the general election. So it's on you. Those people are doing a wonderful job.
Shanique, I agree. For months I passed in the mall, especially. I passed the voters registration, and I watched the parliamentary persons sit there twiddling their thumbs. Yes. Waiting on persons constantly. One day I said, hey, y'all got nobody. Let me just go ahead and verify and get this over with. But it's unfortunate that we as a people, as Bahamians, we wait to do everything last minute, and now we want to point the fingers in terms of it's either the government or so. It's we need to learn to take this thing seriously. And like you said, from last year, this has been ongoing. The verification process, or I think the verification process started some months ago. But now you don't need to verify no more. You just need to either you transfer or you go and you be a new voter. You go in and do it. But it's unfortunate that people wait this long to wait for the last minute, and now it's going to be closed. I think tomorrow.
Yes.
We can't point the fingers. We can only look at ourselves.
Yeah. Listen, it's so easy to go and register. I registered 2 weeks ago because I lost my voter's card. I went down on Harold Road by BOB. It took me about 15 minutes to register. Bahamians just lazy and lousy. We always wait for the last minute. Then you complain. The Prime Minister called it early. The people in the office taking too long to serve you. But if you had done it in time, you wouldn't have been complaining. So you ain't gonna vote, that's all. Stay home.
By the way, the register, as someone is pointing out, one of my viewers, thank you very much, the register, remember you all, is a permanent register. The only difference is if you moved at some point in this term,
To transfer.
transfer your vote. If you've lost your document, for example, your voter's card, you can vote with your passport. So this clamoring to
make sure
get,
that's a good Bahamian passport.
Well, I think it is. So get this, you all. The Coalition of Independents tonight is questioning the integrity of the electoral process. This as the Parliamentary Commissioner fires back, shutting down claims. We get the story from Daniel Dean right after the break. This is Beyond the Headlines. A lot more to get to coming up right after the break. Stay close.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here at Superwash, Superwash's newest spokesmodel, and I'm here to tell you about Superwash's large capacity washers and dryers for all your big loads.
I know I see that Charlie Banana coming here just now.
Luckily it's also big enough for me to hide it.
I thought he was right over here where these large capacity washer and dryers is. They're big enough now to handle your big loads, Yeah, like your comfort on your blanket. But just look at us. Somebody forget to turn on the dryer. Stop! Help! You hear something? Yeah, that's the sound of clean. Superwash washes you, presses you, and entertains you 24/7.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin? Relieve it in 60 seconds with Aveeno Skin Relief. With soothing triple oat complex, clinically proven to heal and strengthen dry skin. Aveeno, your skin stronger.
Don't let diarrhea steal your sunshine. Imodium Multi-Symptom Relief gets to work fast in just 1 hour, offering our most complete relief from diarrhea, bloating, gas, and cramps. So you can get diarrhea off your mind. Imodium. Calm the chaos of diarrhea.
Hey, it's time to lock in your vote.
Your vote is your power.
With the new boundaries in place, you may need to transfer or confirm your voter registration.
And if you have never registered or didn't plan to vote,
don't get left out on one of the most important decisions of your future.
Make sure when election day comes, you're ready to say,
Your say, your vote, your choice.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off?
what issues are heating up ahead of 2026. This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's great to have you all tuned in. Just before the break, you heard me talk about the Coalition of Independents. Speaking about the integrity of the voter register, here's Danielle Dean with the story.
Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain today delivering a cease and desist letter to Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson, claiming the Parliamentary Registration Department is failing to properly safeguard critical election documents stored inside its vault. Bain alleging that based on information from sources within the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Security Intelligence Branch, that unit has sole access to the vault, including advanced poll ballot boxes and registration card counterfoils.
We were informed of this by staff at the PRD who were all concerned about this fact. I called the Parliamentary Commissioner yesterday and he confirmed that that is the case, that he does not have access to the vault. He said that, I was told that they have to call SIB, Security Intelligence Branch of the police force, and then they have to come to the Parliamentary Commissioner's department or registry in order to open that vault for them. We will not accept the SIB being in control of our counterfoils and other election materials that is in there. That key needs to be turned over immediately, and the letter gives him until Thursday to rectify this problem. I also asked the commissioner when I spoke to him yesterday if the advanced poll boxes is going to be kept at the Parliamentary Justice Office or at the Police Commissioner's office. He said he doesn't know yet.
But the Parliamentary Commissioner is pushing back. In a call with Eyewitness News, Harrison Thompson denying that any single entity has full control, saying the system is designed with built-in safeguards. Thompson explaining there are two sets of keys, one held by his office, the other by the intelligence branch, and that the vault itself has two locks, meaning neither side can access its contents without the other present. He also revealed the matter has now been referred to his attorney. Still, Bain maintains the current arrangement is unacceptable, giving the commissioner until the end of the week to address his concerns, and warning he is prepared to take the issue to international authorities if necessary. With just weeks before Bahamians head to the polls, the question now whether this dispute could undermine public confidence in the electoral process. Danielle Dean, Eyewitness News.
Thought that Prime Minister Ingram answered that conclusively in the by-election for Golden Isles. Anybody talking about an election being stolen probably feels they're going to lose. And is setting a pretext. Prime Minister Ingram has made it quite clear. You cannot steal an election. Questions about a vote. What's the significance of that? By the time the ballots reach there, they've already been counted in front of everybody's agents, including the COI. You've already gotten your copy of the forms that set out what has happened. So exactly what is the significance of the vote in his mind? Or they're not going to have agents at the count for the COI. Because certainly the PLP will have agents in every polling division to count every vote. The FNM will have agents in every polling station to count every vote. Unless the COI is disorganized and don't have sufficient poll agents, they will be there to witness it themselves. So that is why Prime Minister Ingram said, get that nonsense out your mind. You cannot steal an election in the Bahamas. We always have foreign election advisors, observers, every election.
Gentlemen, I want you all to speak to the Coalition of Independents says, listen, they feel as though this election quite potentially can be compromised just based on some of the things that Lincoln Bain mentioned. Then, of course, we reflect, as you heard Monroe just did, on Prime Minister Ingram, who scolded his own party late last year and said, listen, come up off of that, because elections in the Bahamas cannot be stolen. There are too many systems in place to ensure that. But Bain is insisting, obviously, that his concerns are legitimate.
But you listen to the man who he got no credibility. He got no credibility. He's a joke. He ain't paid the woman a damn money yet, $64,000. The guy said, we gave her a cashier's check, and she ain't cashed the check yet. Well, Chief, when you give a cashier's check, it's taken out of your account, eh? So you know the money ain't there. That's how dumb you are. Get real, man, please. And your whole party can get 5,000 votes in the election. If you get it, I'll give you $5,000. 5. I'll give it to you. If you get 5,000 votes, I'll give you $5,000.
This, I think we need to, there's a lot of issues that our country has to deal with. And I think political parties, they can go and deal with these issues, raise these issues in the public, raise these issues to the government, and hold the government feet accountable for these issues, rather than trying to find non-issues. I mean, you go in the polls and you see something wrong with a counterfoil, you teach your people, this is what you have. Each party have sessions, training sessions, where they train their people how to work the polls, how to recognize certain fraud and irregularities with the counterfoils. You watch people as they go into to mark their X, and you watch them when they come out, what they do, what they're putting in the box. This is what your observers are in there to do. And if you see any irregularities, you bring it to the attention of the returning officer. And so, just like Mr. Monroe, so there's going to be people there, and you all going to count the vote together. When they're counting the vote, your people there, if they want to protest something, they have an opportunity to protest it. And once it's proven that it's a legitimate protest, that vote will be thrown out.
Let's go, Mike.
But, again, back to silly season, you get a party looking for attention.
That's all.
That's
all it is.
The parliamentary commissioner, after he has said, I am more comfortable knowing that not one entity has access to the vote. There has to be a dual from each, that being SI and the parliamentary commissioner.
Right.
They both have different separate type of keys. In order for that vault to open, the two of them need to be there to open that up. Whereas you can't, I don't want the parliamentary commission just to have one key where they can go in and out as they feel. I am now more comfortable with him confirming that there's actually two keys. SIB holds one, the parliamentary commission office holds one. I mean, what else do you want? This is another party that's looking for attention.
And if you give the COI a key, they still ain't giving. You give them a damn key, they still lose. They still ain't get 5,000 votes. Give them a key. Give them a key. See if they get 5,000 votes.
Come on. This has been the process this has been ongoing. All of a sudden, the COI now is involved. I don't know what they feel. The process is now wrong.
Well, gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Over the Easter holiday weekend, I don't know if you all were paying attention. We're going to lighten things up a little bit. All of the candidates hosted Easter parties, obviously for kids, during the holiday weekend. Did you all happen by any of them or see any of them? And who stood out to you?
I saw some that got washed away. I saw some that had very, very large bunnies. I saw some white bunnies bouncing around. I've been there. I think I saw, of course, I think Lincoln had a good turnout. I saw Andrew Blue Johnson for Charlotte. Sabas had a very good turnout with the largest bunny.
So you're saying Freetown looked good and Fort Charlotte looked good?
Yeah, I think on both sides.
Yes.
I think there's a few others that I saw, some in social media. I think Seabreeze, Leslie had one that was well attended. There was a lot of activity going on. It was good to see the kids out having fun, and getting their prizes and surprises.
It was a very, very good thing I saw over the weekend, and they were everywhere. Everybody had the activities, and they were well attended. Bass had the road block up, of course.
Let's remind them, young bunnies don't vote.
It's a good gesture for the children.
Very good, very good.
The children look forward to little Easter activities and those other Easter egg hunts and all the other things. Sabas went above and beyond. He even had a carnival Not just Easter, he had a literal carnival there with rides and everything for the kids. And so it was wonderful. Every constituency, Free National Movement, Progressive Liberal Party, COI, who have done something for the kids of our country, of our communities, even in the family islands. Kudos to you. Thank you. Don't let this be just for this occasion. Continue to empower our youths and our young people.
Well, I'll tell you this, gentlemen. I don't know if you all were paying attention to this one, because if you think Sabas had what he had, and he did, if you think you mentioned the candidates in Freetown, Michael, you mentioned them, and one or two others, get this. Rick Fox upped the ante. He brought actor Boris Cujo and his actress wife, Nicole Ari, to Garden Hills. Do you all think this made a big impact? Did you all hear about this?
First time hearing about it now. Who
they
is?
Who that?
You know,
Little O's on the prairie or what? What
the reality is,
Mike, you know them?
I know one. I barely know one, but I mean, I wouldn't say I'd be excited to say I'm going to a constituency office to go meet, any so-called celebrity. I don't think, and that's, people have to realize the reason why a lot of celebrities like to come to the Bahamas, because we are people who really don't care.
Exactly.
You don't check for them.
Exactly.
We don't check. We don't care for them much. Some people walk past and be like, and we're the very one who say that cheap. You know what? Come in.
That's why the Sydney's they love to come home so much.
Yeah, you can tip me. If you ain't gonna tip me, you better carry. You know what? I don't. Come on. That's.
I think the Free National Movement need to kind of check him, because I think he got the wrong concept about Bahamian and Bahamian politics. No, that's not us. No, we ain't like that. We celebrities.
He have a lot to learn before.
Yeah.
The 12th.
The road can be rough for him going ahead.
On that day, he will find out
rough.
that people are very serious with their voting.
Oh yeah.
They're very serious with putting people of caliber in Parliament. And come 6 o'clock, you'll have a hell of a awakening for him. Good luck, my brother.
Well, listen, you all, as we wrap up this segment, I want you all to weigh in on this, because there are many hot seats that we are looking at and paying very close attention to. Killarney happens to be one of them. Former Prime Minister Dr. Eyewitness has announced that he will have an official launch of his campaign this Saturday. You all, obviously, he has been very dominant and prominent on social media. I mean, there's a video with him and his wife dancing and having a good time. I guess that was this weekend. Doing a whole lot of stuff. Then, of course, there are the things he talks about with his constituency or just, TikTok skits or whatever it is. But Dr. Minnis, were you all hearing about the impact of his campaign at this point towards the election?
Shanique, now being, I guess, somewhat also going through Killarney and listening to some of the, I would say, constituents, I think it's becoming, I'm getting more mixed emotions on it in terms of, people feel as though Doc will make an impact. I don't think it will be enough to win. I ride through Killarney most of the day, and I saw Doc and the signs all throughout his constituency. I even rode, as far as Killarney as I could have been, and he has made an impact in terms of his presence, knowing that he is the independent candidate, and everywhere where you see Barnett, you see Dr. Minnis sign right next to it. But I think right now a lot of people are having mixed emotions in terms of, if they were to elect or vote for Dr. Minnis, what is it that he's going to be able to do as an independent candidate? I also saw a video where, I forgot what the news, some independent news report, I guess they call themselves, chasing Dr. Minnis, asking him what's his plan for the community. And Dr. Minnis kind of jumped in his car and sped off and left because he was under the tree with some of the boys. So, it's going to, I think, as we get closer to May 12th, I think we might see some changes in the dynamics. So it'll be interesting.
Very, very quick, Shanique. I think it all depends on what Michael Barnett do, if she could hold on to the party's core support. I think this is a very interesting race. I think, though, let me put on my armchair pundit. I think Michael Pintard and Dr. Minnis has the same agenda for Killarney.
Which is what?
I think Pintard doesn't mind if he cause Minnis to lose, and Robin win it. And I think Minutes doesn't mind if he costs the F&M to lose it and Robin win it. Both of them have the same agenda but doesn't know it.
I said weeks ago that MacGyver's going to be the telling point in this election. For that constituency, she's going to win about 600-800 votes. That's going to be enough to take Minutes out. And the good lady from the PLP will probably sneak right in. That's what I'm
Leslie, that's closer to 5,000 votes that you promised. That's almost 1,000 closer to the 5,000 you said.
I hear Leslie, Michael, I
That's
heard
where she can
Leslie.
get it. She's the only one who can get the money back.
No, but Michael, Leslie don't understand. He said about 5,000 and the COI getting 5,000.
Yes.
Watch the COI gets more than that.
You know, Lincoln coming for his money.
Just
Lincoln
watch.
is coming for his $5,000.
Leslie, you need to bet me. That's what you need to do. Bet me so you can pay me. So you can pay me.
I haven't said that. Not officially yet, but give me between
if you don't pay him, he can sue you. You can be in court.
Let me go back on the ground tomorrow. I can answer that by Friday.
Gentlemen, I thank you. Gentlemen, I thank each of you very much. Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, Michael Turnquest. Thank you each very much for always being upfront, very candid with your views and opinions, your thoughts. This is what this election season is about. Now that, of course, that we know the date, well, we're going to bring it. That's what we're going to do. We are going to bring it. No holds barred. I thank you very, very much. By the way, so listen, here's a question for you as we go to the break. Did you know that the most anticipated, or one of them, festivals here in New Providence is happening this weekend? That is the Agribusiness Expo that happens on Gladstone Road once a year. I mean, thousands of people from Friday straight to Sunday go out there to Gladstone Road. Well, Ministry of Agriculture representatives are here right after the break.
Tell them they need to support other local industries.
Play for fun, not for funds.
In the Bahamas, we play hard, but we live smart.
We love a little competition.
A little excitement, a little thrill.
And at Idle Luck, gaming is all about entertainment.
Shared moments, celebrating the wins, and enjoying the experience.
The key is simple. Play for fun, not for funds. When you set a budget before you start,
and know your limits, you stay in control.
And when you're in control, the game stays what it's meant to be.
Fun. So play for fun, not for funds.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
Wealth should not only belong to a select few. At Investar, we believe the door should be open to everyone. We provide options for planning a better future. Our investment funds are designed to assist you in reaching your long-term financial goals. Let us show you how.
Everybody get up.
Essa não foi, não é? Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We're going to shift gears now and talk about the biggest event this weekend that's happening on Gladstone Road, and that is the Agri-Business Expo that the Ministry of Agriculture and the Department of Agriculture put on every year. It is highly anticipated. So many people and vendors from around the country really come to New Providence for the entire weekend to be able to show their wares, and it's just so many organic and authentic Bahamian product that is on sale. There are a whole number of from performances and just a lot that happens there. And I want to hear from them exactly what's on tap for this year's expo. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, Jacqueline Fox DeVoe, the chairperson of the Agri-Business 2026 Expo, and Jensen Williams, a committee member of the Agri-Business Expo 2026. Good evening to both of you.
Good evening, Shanique, and good evening, Bahamas.
Yes, now let's just jump right in, because my first time, of course, I was on assignment and I worked it and I learned so much that year. Every year you go there, you're exposed to so much about farming, the importance of certain things in our ecosystem. So let's talk about this year. First of all, like, what is the theme and the focus this year?
Oh, we have a wonderful theme. Our theme this year is agriculture, our heritage, our future. Let's get growing. And this year we're going to be focusing on the youths, as I would have mentioned, our future. They are our future. And on Friday we are expecting 200 young persons who will be. We will have a youth forum, and they will be telling them about BAMC, how they can join BAMC, the exciting careers in agriculture. It's not just about soil. There are a lot of lucrative careers that one can engage in. And we also will be having an agriculture cadet coordinator who would be telling the young persons how they can join our agri-cadet program, which is also another
Is that a new program, this cadet agriculture cadet program?
Yes, it's a new initiative that started last year. Yes.
Really, what has the response been?
The response has been very good, and what we can attest is that all of it has been voluntary, and it's geared towards the students that are interested in agriculture, and it would give them credit so they could join BAMSI. Mm-hmm. So they get a better understanding of agriculture and realize that it's not that much a laborious job.
Yeah, agriculture is really, as we are seeing it in the Bahamas, it's morphing, and it really is looking very interesting. I focused on agriculture last week on the show, and the week before that, and so we see the various careers, as you said, about Ms. DeVoe, about just what's available, what's there.
Yes.
How do you plan on, or what is that message that's going to be the theme really for those 200 students at the Agri-Business Expo?
Well, what we want the young people, we want to empower our youths as first. We want them to know that there is more to agriculture than what is. We want to change the mindset. That is the first thing. We want to change the mindset of our youths so that they can get more excited about agriculture. So at the expo, we have a number of initiatives that they can see. We have site demonstration. We have a site plot, 5 acres of. They can do field tours. We have a number of innovative sessions that they can also see what's going on and hear from persons who have experienced the agricultural industry and the success of it, so that they can see what's there, not only locally but abroad.
Yeah. So let's talk about now what's on tap for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-day weekend. What's on tap? How many vendors are you expecting?
Well, we have an excess of 100 vendors displaying different aspects of agriculture, from food to workshops, demonstrations, and arts and craft. We also have a strong contingent of high schools, which they'll also be showing a lot of their agricultural displays, livestock, cabbages, different type of lettuces.
I am really surprised, and I want to ask you both, Jacqueline and Jensen, are you both very impressed and encouraged of how many schools are now farming and on different levels, like H.O. Nash, for example, and the fact that they have livestock, like you said, and obviously produce and the rest of it?
What is happening now at the ministry, my ministry over the years, the last 3 years, have issued various grants to the agricultural sector. $2,500 in total to the agricultural schools to help to encourage them. And this has been a good way of helping them to let them know that, you know, we care and we are interested in what you are doing. So that has been a successful initiative, and they look forward to the help. Last year we had a donation of quite a bit of chickens. A lot of schools were introduced to poultry production, and that was also something that is well sought after. A lot of schools now asking, can you help us with a few chickens so that we can teach our young persons how to, to see how eggs are laid and how to go into the egg industry. So,
right.
Yes.
Yes.
So I also have a list of stuff that will be on hand. We have a culinary demonstration where we'll showcase a high school processing competition, also a UB culinary competition, a yogurt manufacturing workshop, a fruit preserve manufacturing workshop, as well as a pepper sauce workshop. So we have...
that's always good.
Yes, and this is just different type of value-added products and different type of activities that you can make extra revenue.
Yes, absolutely. And I want you to talk about that. Like we talked about agriculture being big business and lucrative business for many individuals who really go hard in it. But even when you create a product that people want, I mean, you can export it. Yes. Obviously, if it's very, very good and it is marketed properly, people around the nation love it and patronize many persons. And so it's just a lot of opportunities that are largely untapped in agriculture. Aren't there?
That's reality. And what I can attest to as well is that it keeps the dollar home.
Yes.
It gives us an opportunity to see how innovative we can be, especially realizing the global climate that we're dealing with right now, where one aspect could affect the other.
Yeah.
And we are so dependent on food from other countries. We should know how to do some things for ourselves.
Absolutely.
And
to cut into that import bill that we have.
And the expo is a platform for us to showcase what we can and what we cannot do.
Yeah, and it's growing each year, huh?
Every year.
Because I'm very surprised many times to find out what can actually be grown here in the Bahamas. Yes. It is quite surprising. Almost anything we find in the grocery store that's imported can be grown locally.
Yes, can be grown. And what's interesting, a lot of persons look forward to the Battle of the Chefs. So far, we have a chef from Long Island enlisted and one from Cat Island. So we're looking for chefs. I am making an appeal. If you feel that you can cook a good native dish, please call us and let us know.
Is there a certain menu or just whatever it is you think you can cook to enter this competition? Come on.
Well, we have been educated by the culinary team that the protein theme will be turbot and mutton.
And mutton, local mutton.
Long Island will carry that's their thing, yes.
We dabbling in that vicinity right now. So we'll see exactly who decide to come out. And I know, I'll say it out loud, I'm rooting for Cat Island.
I think Cat Island won last year.
Yeah.
Cat Island won last year.
How can chefs get in touch with your department and the team to be able to enter the competition?
All you have to do is call the ministry, 397-400, and ask for anyone on the Agribusiness Committee. And we will get that information and have it to, if you're interested, and you have to be able to know how to cook. So we were looking for
don't just show up and figure
we're looking for the best
little white rice and steamed fish.
To represent the islands. Yes, we're looking for the best.
So if you feel as though you can best represent what Andros is known and good for, what Eleuthera is known and good for, and just down the line,
you have to bring your best dish.
You have to bring your best dish.
Yes.
Okay, now walk us through, of course, Friday, the official opening, the ceremony, and then Saturday, and of course Sunday.
Well, on Friday we start off with the youth forum. After the official ceremony, we have the youth forum, and then we have a number of activities under the culinary department and throughout the day. And during that evening, we have our entertainment segment. Mr. Jensen, you want to share
yes,
what they can expect? for entertainment
On Friday, we will have live entertainment. Of course, we'll have local DJs providing us some music throughout the day, but we'll have live entertainment, namely the Jam Band, Ruben G, and Fan Sean. On Saturday, we'll have Urban Renewal Band, the Shadow Band, Bloody, Iron Store, and a Junkin' Rush Out group to be announced.
I didn't mention on Friday something that is interesting. We're gonna have the Bahamas
Yes,
Development Bank
Bank.
at 1:30 to 2:30, and they will be there to tell farmers how they can access grants.
And funding.
So
yes.
funding,
Yes.
funding, or
Yes.
information on funding will
Yes,
also be
we're
available
talking
there.
about a holistic approach,
Yes.
empowering our farmers.
And this is like, again, this is, listen, you all know thousands of people each day go at the Agribusiness Expo on Gladstone Road during this wonderful annual event. But to be able to encourage people to understand that food security is all our business, and food security can bring you the financial security that you seek. It really is wonderful, the effort and the renewed effort and interest in areas that you're focused in on this year with the students and, of course, the Bahamas Development Bank and so much more. Once again, if persons want information about how they can contact, maybe they want a stall, certainly those chefs, what are the numbers again?
You can reach us at the Ministry of Agriculture, which is 397-7400, or at the ministry's Facebook page, which is the ministry's name, Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Bahamas.
I thank you both very much. Once again, the Agribusiness Expo 2026 is on this Friday through Sunday.
Yes.
It goes until early Sunday afternoon.
10 to 10,
10 a.m.
every day.
10 p.m.
Wow, 10 to 10, amazing. Good food. You can find wonderful, nice trinkets. If whatever you want there, it's locally made. It's awesome. These people have honed in on their areas of expertise, and they now have it there for sale, and you can walk away with whatever it is you want. I mean, it'd be something to eat or some sort of something from some artisan, something.
Getting food for your belly and food for your brain. So we got a platter
And
of
we are
workshops.
supporting our local industry. We are buying Bahamian and we are supporting our local farmers. And that's the main thing all about it. Supporting local artisans, and we are promoting food security in our country.
Absolutely.
Let's get growing.
Let's get growing. I love that. Let's get
growing.
Yeah, and it's nothing like knowing where your food is grown and where it is and where it's coming from versus something you go and purchase. So again, the Agribusiness Expo is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 in the morning until 10 in the evening. A lot of entertainment, certainly informative sessions, and hey, opportunity to shop and eat all the food you want, and obviously to patronize many Bahamians from honey and soaps and candles and bags, and there's a whole lot that happens there. There's a whole lot that goes on there. Animals are also on display again this year, right?
Yes, we also have a petting zoo,
a petting zoo,
and a Kitty's Corner.
Yes.
So no one will be left out.
Awesome. I tell you, it's a whole family affair. It's amazing, and you want to be able to plan to get there and just be prepared to browse around for a few hours because you really need that amount of time to enjoy the entire expo. And so, listen, congratulations once again. And once again, the Agriculture 2026 Expo is happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You all know, of course, where the farmers market is, the biggest farmers market right on that location. That's exactly where this is happening. And so certainly, of course, looking forward to seeing many of y'all out there. I thank you very much once again to both of you, Ms. DeVoe and Mr. Williams. Thank you very much from the Ministry of Agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you for
And a
having
huge
us.
thank you to all of you for tuning in this evening. Of course, my Hot Topics panel, Leslie Miller, Ellington Ferguson, Michael Turnquest, thank you very much for being here. And a huge thank you to all of y'all for watching and participating as usual. Really happy to have you all along. I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited,